Let's get it. Welcome to The.UglyTroothPodcast. Oh, wait. Hold on. Get my hair straight. All right, man. I'm ready to go this time. Welcome to The.UglyTroothPodcast, where we speak with some amazing people that have done some amazing things. But as you know, everything that glitter is not always so gold, okay? There's always an ugly truth to some level of success. So, with that being said, the Ugly Truth Podcast is sponsored by none other than the Ugly brand. Go ahead and get your gear at theuglybrand.com. That is theuglybrand.com. Let everybody know that you out here doing it ugly. All right? Listen, we're going to do this episode a little different today, okay? You guys get to spend some time with me. It is solely just me. And I got something to say to y'all. I just got a message for you. All right? So that's what we're going to do. And I want to title this message, or I want to title this episode, The Game of Life. The Game of Life. All right? And I want you to understand, and I want you to know that everything in life happens for a reason. Okay? Everything happens in life for a reason. And so we're going to rock through something real quick. Okay? Give me 1 second. All right. I graduated from Bowie State University, and one thing that you know about an HBCU, majority of us have the ability, or not the ability, but the privilege of learning how to play the game of spades. Okay, the game of spades. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go to an HBCU in order to play spades. I'm just saying that's where I learned how to play spades, and it's kind of like a pastime, you know what I mean? And so the dealer will normally go around to his game. Spades is a game of 4 people. Okay, games of spades of 4 people, and there's a dealer, and the dealer will deal out these cards. Okay, and the way that I play spades is joker, joker, deuce, ace, meaning that the jokers are of hold higher weight, and the deuce, which would be the 2 of spades, holds a higher weight, and then the ace will hold of spades will hold a level of weight, and then you have the rest of your cards, right? And so normally when I get my hand dealt to me, okay, when my hand is dealt to me, I will organize my cards. Okay? As you can see, the diamond, that's a red card, okay? Here goes a joker. That's a big joker. You have spades. Okay, that's a black card. It's a black card. And let's go here. We already did the diamonds. You have your clubs, okay? That is also a black card, all right? And then you have hearts, okay? Hearts, that's a red card, all right? That's a red card. And so when I get my hand, when my hand is dealt to me, I will organize my hand. I will organize it by black, red, or vice versa, red, black, black. Because that way I don't get anything mixed up. Because if you go out of turn in spades, that is called reneging. And it can cost you and your partner some points. Like, that kind of stuff can really probably get you beat up. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if you're my partner and you renege, we're probably gonna fight at the end of the night. Okay, not really, but I'm gonna be mad at you. I am gonna feel some type of way. Because you sat down at the table and you told me you knew how to play. Okay? Anyway. So I get my hand, right? The dealer gives me my hand. I don't get to choose my hand. The dealer will typically take the cards. And so for those who are like amazing shufflers, they do this little fancy thing called like, they shuffle it like this, and then they do this little thing, and it like creates a bridge. I'm not that skilled, so I don't do it. But I typically will just shuffle my cards. I can't do it right now because, I don't have a table. But I typically will shuffle my cards, okay? You guys can hear it, right? Shuffle the cards. And then, I'm just going to do a quick shuffle here. And then the dealer will deal me my hand of spades for that round, okay? Depending on what you're going up to, you'll play up to normally 350, 250, 500. Or if you're there all night, you just play. But typically 500 is what you go up to when you got time, All right, when you're trying to keep the games quick, you typically will go to 250. So I'm going to shuffle this one more time. This is a new deck of cards, so it's going to be a minute before I break them in, but I'm just going to take some of the cards off the top, okay? I got some blacks, some reds, some blacks, some more reds, some more blacks, okay? I'm going to show you guys what I got cracking here, right? What I got, okay? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? All right, just looking. I'm going to hold it there for a little bit. Can you see? Can you see? Looks like I got a joker in my hand. Where's that at? Got a joker in my hand. Okay. All right, so it looks like I got a couple decent cards. You know, some spades, some hearts in here. You know, ace of diamonds, a joker, a club. Now, I have a decision to make. I have a decision to make. The decision is, okay, so wait, before I get to the decision, I'm going to go to what I normally do. I organize my cards. So this way I'm going to do it this time, black, red. I'm going to do it in front of you guys, right? You get black. These are some reds. This black goes with the same suit, so I'll put that there. I always match my suits, okay? Now I have red, and then I have black in front, so I'm going to throw these other reds that are of a different suit up front, okay? Throw my black right there. Put this red with that same suit right there, and then I have one little black here, this little lonely black by himself. So now, as you can see, my cards are in a little bit of an order, right? Let me back this up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. My cards are in a little bit of an order, right? Cool. Now I'm ready to play. Now I'm ready to play. And typically, depending on how your rules are, your first hand bids itself. So at that point, what that means is you simply just play. Okay, you just play. And however the books fall, however the cards fall, that's cool. You collect your points. But for the remainder of the game, I now have to look at every hand that I get, and I have to tell the other team, my partner and I have to confer with each other, and then I have to tell the other team what I have in my hand. How many books do I think I can make? Okay? That's how spades is played. It's a rough draft, okay? Drop it in the comments if you like. You know, Kel, you told the rules wrong, or Kel's, I don't know what you're talking about, or Kel's, I want to learn how to play. Just know that when I sit at the table, I know how to play, okay? But that has really nothing to do with what I want to talk to you guys about today, all right? Just like the dealer dealt me this hand of cards, I need you guys to think about life, okay? Life is literally just like a card game. The dealer is going to shuffle the cards, and the dealer is going to deal you some cards. They're going to give you some cards. I have no idea that the dealer was going to deal me a 5 of diamonds, okay, a 2 of diamonds, a 3 of diamonds, a 4 of diamonds, an ace of diamonds. Now remember, guys, I did not shuffle these cards as well, but just stick with me, okay? Stick with me. A king of spades, a queen of spades, big joker, a jack of spades, a 3 of spades, a 4 of spades, a 10 of spades, an 8 of hearts, a 7 of hearts, and an 8 of clubs. Okay. All right. And remember, I just took some cards off the top of the deck. It might not be the right count, whatever the case may be. Just stick with me. Stick with me. I had no idea that this was the hand that I was going to get dealt. But I have an option. I can look at this hand and I can figure out how I'm going to win with it. I got to figure out how I'm going to win with it. How am I going to be able to win with this hand? How am I going to be able to make some books with this hand? That's what I got to figure out. Even though I didn't have any control over the cards that were dealt to me, I still got to find a way to win with the cards that were dealt to me. Okay? So I look in this hand and I organize them. I put them in some type of order to give me my best shot at winning. Okay? So I look down this hand, I organize it, okay? Remember I told you guys we're already organized. And now I get to play. Now I get to play. There's a person to the right of me. There's a person across from me, which is my partner. And there's a person to the left of me. And I have to think not only for myself to win, but what they might do. Because they have to win too. However, my number one concern is really what's in my hand. Because that's really all that I have control over is what's in my hand. I can count the cards, okay? In the game of spades, counting the cards means I can count how many of cards of that suit came out. So I can count how many cards of the hearts came out. So eventually the hearts may run out. And now I know somebody might cut if I have more hearts. If I have in my hand, which I do, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spades. 7 spades. If I'm not mistaken, there's only, I think, 10 of each suit. If I'm not mistaken, 10 of each suit. Well, if I have 7 of them, that means there's only 3 that is left. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have 6 of them. Okay, the Joker doesn't count. So I have 6 of them. That means 4 is left out there. So amongst these 4 people, somebody else has 4 spades. I don't know who. I still technically don't know who has them until we start playing. But all I know is what I have in my hand. And that's how I have to determine how I'm going to win this game. Listen to me. In life, we're dealt a hand. We don't control the hand that's dealt to us. That's not our position. Right? There's a hand that's dealt to us. And now my question to you is, what are you going to do with the hand that's being dealt to you or that's been dealt to you? You have a choice in how you're going to play to win. One thing that I was always taught when I played spades was play to win. Kelly, play to win. Play to win. Meaning that I might cut my partner sometimes because I had to play to win. Play to win. Play to win. Play to win. So I got to look down at my hand and look at what's on this table and figure out and say, okay, how can I best win this hand? Or if I don't win this hand, how can I set myself up maybe to win the next hand? I might do what they call is playing off. Okay? Playing off is when, say the guy to the right of me throws out a joker. And then my partner across from me throws out a 3 of spades. And then this guy to the left plays a 4 of spades. I'm going to throw out maybe a 5 of spades. And some of you might say, well, Kelly, why, if you have a bigger joker than them, because there's 2 jokers, there's a big joker and there's a little joker. And some of you might say, well, Kelly, why would you throw out, a 5? Because I already know that 5, there's nothing that can beat that big joker. So why would I waste a larger card? Stick with me, y'all. Stick with me. I'm setting myself up because now that he's played that bigger joker, I know that I have that small joker. And now I know I can win a guaranteed book. Right? It's a guaranteed book. Right? So with this hand that's been dealt to me from the dealer that I didn't ask for, I got to figure out a way to win. Some of us are dealt a hand that doesn't look like such a winning hand. It doesn't look like such a winning hand. However, the question is, how are you going to play your cards to win? Some of us were dealt with no mom, or mom wasn't there. Some of us were dealt with a father, but daddy wasn't there. Some of us were dealt with parents who got divorced. Some of us were dealt with being abandoned. Some of us were dealt with being put in a foster care system. Some of us were dealt with poverty. Some of us were dealt with lack of guidance. Some of us were dealt with health issues. Some of us were dealt with struggles. But my question is, how are you going to use those things to help you win? Because even though you may have been dealt with a hand that didn't look like so much of a winning hand, you can still win because the choice and the onus is on you to figure out how you're going to play it. Even though you may be dealt with not such of a good hand, you can still win if you play your cards right. If you play your cards right. Some of us are in a position where we use the hand that we were dealt with as an excuse as to why we're not winning, or as an excuse as to why we can't move forward. But I'm asking you to look in your hand and figure it out. How can you organize this hand so that you can win? Just because you weren't dealt with the greatest hand doesn't mean that it's the dealer's fault you're not winning. It's your fault because you're not playing your cards right. Do you get that? I hope you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is this. Even though your cards are what they are, you can't control the things that happen to you in your life. But what you can control is your response. You can control how you respond. That's what you can control. I may not have had the greatest hand dealt to me, but what I can do is take the hand that was dealt to me, and I can still win. Ask LeBron James. Ask LeBron James. Somebody raised by a single parent, single mother, father, non-existent, absent. One of the world's greatest basketball players. There's a difference between, even though our situations are what they are, you still have a decision in your situation. You also have the decision to stay there. You have a decision not to look at your hand and not to figure out how to win. Some of us are looking at our hand and just saying, I can't do nothing with this. I can't do anything with this. I can't take this and win. It's not enough. Some of us are simply looking at our hand and saying, it's not enough. When really, you just haven't taken the time to figure out how to win the game. How to win the game. How to stay in the game. How to learn the game. Life is just like a card game. You can't control what the dealer gives to you. You can control how you play the game. You can control your response. You can control whether you use your trauma as a triumph. But that requires work. And it requires you to, one, own your traumas. They are what they are. Not every trauma is your fault. It does become your fault if you stay there and you allow it to control you. That's when it becomes your fault. Guys, every single last one of us, ladies and gentlemen, every single last one of us have been dealt a hand in life by the great dealer. And so that gives us an opportunity to sit back and to look into our hand and say, okay, let me move this right here. Okay, yeah, let me adjust this right here. Yeah, this one, okay, let me move this right here. And when the time is right, you can play your cards. You can play your cards. You can play your cards. Guys, listen, I simply just want you to sit back and look at the hand that was dealt to you and figure out a way that you can use the cards that were dealt to you and win the game. Win the game. You can't control what the dealer dealt to you, but you can control your response and you can control how you play the hand. But you got to sit back and you got to learn the game. You got to learn the game. Pay attention to what's happening around you. Pay attention to the things that others are doing and others that are where you want to be. What are they doing? Because you're not the only person who's been dealt a bad hand in life. But you are the only person who can make a decision on how you're going to win that game. Okay? So, this is just going to be a short little episode. It's nothing huge. It's nothing long. All right? I just want you to sit back and think about the cards that have been dealt to you. And what are you going to do with those cards that were dealt to you? I know your dad and your mom not being there, it hurt. I know going through the foster system hurt. You felt abandoned. You felt left. You felt lost. I understand. I get it. I get it. I know that divorce may have hurt. I know being in that narcissistic or leaving that narcissistic situation was tough. I understand. I know that starting that business is a little scary, but you do have some cards in your hand to win. I know. I understand. I get it. I want you to look at the cards that were dealt to you, and I want you to go win. I want you to figure out a way to go win. Figure out a way to win. Organize those cards. Organize that trauma. Put that trauma where it was. Matter of fact, leave that trauma where it was and turn it into a triumph. Turn it into a testimony. Somebody else needs to hear your story. Somebody else needs your great. But because you won't organize your cards and because you won't sit here and figure out how to win, somebody else, your partner that's sitting across the table, you can't even tell your partner how many books you got. Hey, man, I got you. Oh, you only got one book? I got you. I got 5. Sometimes we don't have enough books, but we still got to play the game. You still have to play the game. You might not have won that round, but understand there's another set of cards coming out the next round. There's another set of cards coming out the next round. All right? We have to keep going. You have to keep playing the game. Sometimes you're going to get dealt a bad hand. But I still want to encourage you to find a way to win as much as possible as you can with that bad hand. All right? I want you to win. I want you to win. I want you to take the cards in your hand and I want you to organize them and I want you to slap that card on the table like, yeah. Even if it's a 3 of clubs. Even if it's a 3 of clubs. 3 of clubs will not win any book. But it will show that you played. I had to play I played to win. That was the best that I could do. I want you guys to play to win. That's it. I simply want you to play to win. Play to win. Remember, life is like a game of cards. You can't control what the dealer sends to you, but you can control how you play that hand. All right? With that being said, I am Kelli Kelz, soon to be known. Some already know me as Coach K. K, like Coach, starts with a K. It's going to start with a K because I do everything ugly. So it's going to start with a K. All right? I am Kelli Kelz. I am the Ugly brand. This mini episode has been sponsored by none other than The Ugly brand. Okay? Go ahead and cop your gear. www.theuglybrand.com. Be back for next week. You don't want to miss episode 10. You don't want to miss episode 10. All right? I love you guys. Let's go get it. Let's go play the game of life. Let's win. Let's win. I need you to win.